few years ago, I was on the mailing list of a man that calls himself the Notmilkman, Robert Cohan, and I believe he still sends out his newsletters. And if you send him an email, if you visit his website, notmilkman.com, you can sign up for his newsletter. And he always has very informative newsletters that tell you about different aspects of the dairy industry, how milk affects the body, and all kinds of really good information. And he needed some recipes, or he wanted some more recipes. He was, I guess, bored with what he had, and so he had a contest. He wanted a recipe contest, and you could send in your recipe, and the one he liked best, he was going to award a prize. The recipe I'm going to show you today was the winner of the contest. And I don't think you can get any easier than this recipe, and it's really good. One reason it won the contest was not only is it nutritious, but it was incredibly simple. And what I won is what he calls the soy toy. This is a nice little machine, and it's for making soy milk. It has a little screen here, and you remove that. You put your soybeans, you just put plain soybeans right out of the bag into that little basket and attach it. You put your hot water in here, you plug it in, turn it on, and it makes itself. It's a very nice little machine, and I really enjoy it. The recipe I'm going to show you requires only one ingredient. Takes a total of maybe 5 to 10 minutes of time in the kitchen putting it together. There's no mixing. All you have to do is wash the ingredient and put it in the bag. I'll show you. The one ingredient is persimmons. Now it has to be the right kind of persimmon, and it has to be the right age. What I want to show you right here is the different kinds of persimmons before I show you what we do with it. It is called the American persimmon. This is an unripe one. Now I know a lot of people say, ew, I don't like persimmons, they pucker my mouth. But the problem with that is you're eating them in this stage. It's very colorful, but it's not ripe. If you look carefully at these two, you can see a slight color difference. And if you see a black spot on it, don't worry about that. That is just on the skin. It doesn't affect the flavor or the consistency or anything like that. That's just a coloration. As they age, they start getting a little darker and a little duller. The shine on them is a little duller. And also, they will start wrinkling. And I'll show you a more mature one, even yet. This one is more mature. And as you can see, the skin is getting kind of wrinkled. There. You can see kind of wrinkly. This actually needs another day or two before it'll be really all the way ready. And the reason for that is right in here, it's not quite as soft as it ought to be. So I'm going to wait a little while before I put these in the refrigerator. Now these all are the same kind of persimmon. These are the least ripe. They have the brighter orange color. And as they age, they get kind of a translucent, more reddish coloring to them. and they'll get soft and wrinkled. Now another kind of persimmon, if you don't like those, many people that I've shared persimmons with that don't like these kind and are afraid to even try them when they're ripe, find these to be very good. These are a Fuyu Persimmon, and you eat these like you would an apple. Now I often buy these in large quantities. I'll get me a large box of them. I know of a fruit stand where I like to buy these, and you can get a large box of them at this fruit stand for, I think, $12. And they keep very well. You can keep the box in a cool room, the coldest room in your house, and they'll keep for probably a month, maybe more, which is a little softer. But at all stages, when it gets nice and orange, it is tasty. It never goes through that stage of being astringent or puckery to your mouth. And it's more like a sweet, juicy apple. And I'll show you what it looks like inside. Sometimes they'll have seeds, sometimes they don't. Let's see this one. Yeah. Now that is sweet and juicy all the way to the flower end of it. You're not going to have any of that astringent flavor. And these are delicious just right off the tree. Another kind that I just recently found out about, I saw one of these many years ago, and then I never was able to find them. This is actually what's called a chocolate persimmon, and it has a dark inside. That is the way it's supposed to look. And it does have a hint of chocolate flavor to it. It's really, really good. And these, like the other one, like the Fuyu, don't go through that astringent stage. And these are really good. But for today, my focus is on this one. These make a delicious sorbet. The only tool you need is a Ziploc bag. Now you can wash them either before or after you put them in the bag. I often will just, when they are ready, just put them in the bag, zip it shut, maybe push some air out if the refrigerator is crowded and I need to conserve space. And then you just put that directly in the freezer. Now here are some that I froze earlier, about a week ago. And this one, like, again, the black coloring is only on the skin. Once you get the skin off, you're going to find the color on the inside will be the bright orange like you see here. Now when you're almost ready, about an hour before you want to eat these, you want to take it out of the freezer, and if you haven't washed it already, then right out of the freezer you want to wash it. Then you put it on your dish and your dessert dish, and then you wait about an hour, and in an hour it's going to get softened up. When you want it for a dessert for your meal, take it out of the freezer before you start fixing the meal. Take it out of the freezer, put it on a plate like this, and then just set it aside, and while you're fixing your meal it can be thawing and softening. And after you're done eating, that will be just the right amount of time, pretty much, that it will have the right amount of softness and have the right consistency, and it'll be perfect for eating. Now this one has been sitting for an hour, and as you can see, even though this was black on the outside, the skin, it's just a discoloration of the skin. doesn't affect the inside of it. And this is like a fruit pudding. It is really, really good. It's sweet and juicy, cold and delicious. Melts in your mouth. It's really good. I wish you were here to share it with me. No chalkiness on the teeth, just sweetness. This is better than dairy ice cream.